Hello and welcome to the South End Rowing Club. That's where my story about my favorite library in San Francisco starts. This is my swim buddy here on the dock, Jeff Gunderson. And Jeff is the librarian at the San Francisco Art Institute. So swimming with him, I learned more and more about the Art Institute. And there's actually another connection that the Art Institute has to the South End. Jeff, do you want to tell us a little bit about Joan Brown?
There's a great connection between the South End Rowing Club and the San Francisco Art Institute. And it is a woman painter named Joan Brown, who is a renowned Bay Area figurative painter, who grew up in San Francisco, swam off the beach, realized that the clubs down here were all men. And so she was the ringleader with a group of women who decided to sue the Ariel Club, the third club that no longer exists down here, and the Dolphin Club. And they won their lawsuit, obviously, and rightfully. And much of them joined the South End Rowing Club, including Joan. So she would always swim down here, and I would know Joan from swimming here, as well as we would talk about her time at the San Francisco Art Institute, where she went to school right out of high school in the city.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Hello again, Jeff. Now we're here at the actual San Francisco Art Institute library. So like I said, the awesome thing about the Art Institute is that you can really learn about the whole history of San Francisco through the Art Institute, because it has been around since the late 1800s as well. And so just looking even in just this library room, you've got murals there that were painted by the WPA painters back in the mid-30s. In fact, now those were not funded by the WPA, so you've actually got this sort of goldish mural in tribute to Bender, who did fund those paintings. And now, bringing it full circle, like I mentioned before, those are actually Joan Brown's bathing suits on the table. She was a huge fixture here, and so after she passed away, a very unfortunate obelisk installation accident, they have kept her swimsuits on, preserved at the library. Now, another part of San Francisco history that the Art Institute plays into is the whole Haight-Ashbury music scene in the late 60s. And a lot of those posters advertising the band's concerts were made in the print shop here. And so we've got some of those posters on display right here, very psychedelic looking. On that theme of learning about San Francisco through the Art Institute, there were two photographers trained by Ansel Adams, who back in the 60s documented and were friends with the Black Panthers. What were the names of those photographers, Jeff?
They studied here with Ansel Adams and Minor White and Imogene Cunningham and Dorothy Lang. Their names were Perkle Jones and Ruth Marion Baruch. And they obviously realized that Panthers were being demonized in the press in 1968, and they decided to photograph the Panthers, showing them in a different light. And you can see one of the photographs here by Perkle Jones, all of which reside at UC Santa Cruz now, but we just had an exhibition called Vanguard Revisited that included a lot of those photographs.
Yeah, and you can see there's another beautiful print over here. This is not a historic print. This is modern, advertising a talk by the Black Panthers. Well, one auxiliary benefit of the Art Institute is the beautiful views and the amazing architecture. Once again, my name's Greg. Thanks so much for taking a minute to watch this video about my favorite local library. And whether you live in small town America, you grew up in a Rust Belt suburb like me, or you're living in San Francisco now, there's so much you can learn at your local library, so please head on down there and check it out. Thank you.